Alright, so basically what we're going to do now is I'm just going to demonstrate to you guys the proof of concept demonstration. Now, this here is my original, so this is the what we call the management server, or the remote Hyper-V management server, so GRI-AD00. Now basically this is what's going to run our Hyper-V Manager solution on it. Now Hyper-V Manager is basically the console that allows us to connect to our virtual environments. So as we can see here, I've got my GRI-AD00, VSO1 and VSO2. Now these are my Hyper-V core environments. I'll show you a quick demonstration of just one of them. As we can see here, this is Hyper-V core. Now Hyper-V core just sits on the physical server itself, and basically what we do is we configure the physical side of it. So we configure the domain that it's going to connect to, the computer name of it, how we're going to remote manage it, etc, etc. Now this part here, it was easy to install and that kind of thing, but when it came time to install the virtual machine on it, a lot of firewall rules needed to be mapped, and this will be highlighted in future user guides and that. But as we can see here, just one of the components, you have to map your network adapters, and also you have to configure them manually. So it's much better to have it on a domain, so we can actually see the other computers on there as well, and also static IP. So having this computer here as a DNS for now, and then what we do later is we convert the other servers into domains as well. Now this is one of the virtual environments. So this is GRI-AD01. So I've got two of these environments currently up and running, but I haven't employed replication yet, which is basically the crux of failover system. So basically what that means is if one goes down, the other one will take its place. Now what I'm just going to show you is a quick demonstration on, so each one of these has a virtual environment on it. We can see that there's 2 gig assigned. It's got a name. It's got a name, this one as well, so GRI-AD02, and assigned memory 2 gig as well. Now these are both, there's a lot of settings you can configure. These are both Gen 1 virtual environments, which basically means that essentially all of what Microsoft has to offer can be employed on these virtual machines. So this is an example. So we go, so if we just run that, that's fine. So this is a virtual machine on a Hyper-V host. Now GRI-VS02, that is our Hyper-V core Hyper-V core server, and GRI-AD02, that is our virtual machine that is sitting on top of that physical box itself. Now for future purposes, we can have that Hyper-V box just sitting there, and then we can build more virtual machines on that physical box if we want to, if the company expands. Now what we need to do now is, the next stage is enable the replication. So a lot of this stuff was very tricky to work out. Firewall rules, remote management. There's a lot of credential pass-throughs that need to be enabled as well. But obviously later down the track, I'll develop some guides so that we can get all this in the works as well. Okay, so thanks very much for watching that presentation, and thank you for your time.